is Glug Glug. How you doing? Just here to tell you little things about this AR I've built and how much fun I have shooting it and building it and some of the stuff that went into it. So here you go. I guess the first thing we ought to do is make this safe for everybody so they don't freak out, leave a bunch of nasty comments on our page here. Anyway, yeah, Magpul mags, they're great. Love them. No problems with them. I don't think anyone else does either. Starting with the lower, Anderson Manufacturing. Relatively cheap. I don't know if, or inexpensive. I don't know how cheap they are. This thing seems to be running fine. I think they're gaining some good popularity these days just because of how inexpensive they are. I have not tried any of their other products, their uppers, their rifles, their barrels, anything else like that. So far, just the lower, and it was stripped and seems to be running just fine. I mean, the lower is a lower is a lower, I guess. It's got a horse on it. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but that was what it's available locally. Inside it, I got the Palmetto State Armory lower build kit with all their just basic stuff, I guess. It did come, it's the Blackhawk edition. Came with the Ergo grip instead of the A2 and a Blackhawk buttstock. Mil-spec buffer tube, I guess. The buttstock did not come with this. I added this little homemade cheek riser here that I made out of a piece of PVC pipe. Fits right on there. That does good to get me in line with my scope here. Other than that, the lower, I mean, like I said, it came with all the basic stuff. There's nothing fancy. It's your regular, I guess mil-spec lower kit, minus the, doesn't have the select fire or any of that good stuff. So I don't know how mil-spec you can call any lower kit that doesn't have that, but I guess it's just the basic stuff there. And it rocks. I love it. I mean, didn't cost me much, easy to put together, everything fit great. No malfunctions with it, everything is great. And I guess that's about it for the lower there. I did add a ambidextrous sling point, or end plate sling attachment here, or whatever. I don't know what you want to call that. I know it's the end plate. I guess it's a sling attachment point also. For a single point sling. And don't dig it. Don't dig the single point slings. I don't know, man. That's just too much slinging and flopping around. You about have to have one hand holding your rifle at all times, or you're just going to end up with it in the dirt, or smacking in the nuts, or any other ridiculous stuff. It's just too much hassle for me. Don't dig it. So move to the 2-point attachment. Moving on to the upper. It is a stripped Palmetto State upper. I think it was blemish, they call it. Really yet to find a blemish. The only thing I could think is maybe that the coloring is slightly off. It's a little grayer compared to my lower and the rest of my black stuff, but you guys probably can't even see it on camera. It's not very noticeable, but if you really look at it, you can see it. That doesn't really bother me. No big deal. Other than that, no blemishes that I can find. That thing was very cheap and seems to be of pretty decent quality. No problems with it. Palmetto State upper kit that went into it, forward assist, dust cover, charging handle. Got the mil-spec charging handle latch on it. I did have an extended latch on it for a while. I don't know who I bought that from. Tried it for a while. It worked great. You can hold on to it, you can grab it, you can pull it, no problem. But I just kept getting hung on stuff, and I just really wasn't digging it. Coming to my rifle all the time and finding it with this charging handle just back in that back position because this thing had been bumped. And so I went and put the mil-spec latch back on it. I guess that's it about for the upper, except for inside the upper, I'm rocking the Bravo Company bolt. It's just a Mang phosphate bolt. Mil-spec, magnetic particle inspected, high pressure tested, shot peened. It's great. I love it. Runs like a champ. Grease it up, lube it up, even run it a little dry sometimes and have no problems out of this bolt. I don't think you're going to find many people out there in YouTube land that have got much bad to say about Bravo Company. Up top we've got the M-Bus sights from Magpul. They seem very accurate out to, I guess I was getting about an inch and a quarter, inch and a half groups with iron sights at 100 yards. So these things do me right. Of course, I've got this one mounted way far out here on my 15-inch end, so I've got good sight radius with my iron sights, and that keeps them good and accurate. And these things seem to rock. I mean, they're kind of expensive for plastic. I was kind of hesitant to buy them, but I bought them, and they do good, man. No problems at all with them, I guess, other than getting over the sticker shock. Some crappy rings that came with one of my buddy's scope that he gave me. I still haven't forced myself to buy any other rings. The only reason I would really want more rings would be these are pretty dang heavy, unfortunately, and they're a little higher than I would like. You know, I had to use my cheek riser here, but, you know, I just haven't. I'd rather buy more ammo than $40 worth of rings, or $100, or gosh, I can't believe how much they want for some of these rings they got out there. The scope, I traded a little bit of finish work on a stock to a buddy of mine, Tactical Chef Spence. He traded me this stock for a little bit of finish work on his, traded me the scope for finish work on a stock. And it's a Simmons 3 to 9 power. Does pretty good for this thing. 50 millimeter objective, very bright, very clear. Works pretty good, you know. I ain't trying to shoot squirrels at no 600 or 800 yards. Got the wrong platform for doing that anyway. Moving on forward, got a UTG Pro 15-inch free-floated rail here. It's their Slimline series, they call it. Man, I really like this rail. Lots of people want to rag on the UTG because, you know, they do make some stuff that is more geared towards airsoft and some just lower quality kind of plastic crap here and there. But this rail, this is a good thing. Gosh, about a third, it seems like, of some of the other really expensive rails out there. And I can't see why someone would want to pay $300+ for, I mean, it's just this, you know. I mean, it's not doing a whole lot to add to the function of the gun. The rail is solid, gives me somewhere to mount my crap. Ain't full of cheese grater here. I mean, I love it. I don't know why people spend $260, $300 on a rail. This one was less than $150, so I love it. Everyone that comes and grabs it, holds it, touches it, they're like, man, that thing feels sweet. And it is sweet. Came with 3 detachable, movable rail sections here. They're just two rail sections, 2 slots, I guess you'd call them. You know, you could buy 4s, 5s, 10s, whatever you want. I don't have a whole lot of stuff attached to this. I've got a sling point here and a light, and that's about it. But that's about all I need for this, really. I ain't trying to add lasers and bipods and foregrips and none of that. Just not my style. And of course, up front, got the pair to the rear end bus, got the front end bus. It works great, fits on there. Low profile, right under the scope view, can't even see it's there. Works great. Really happy with the rail. Go UTG. I've got a CMMG gas tube, I believe. It's just a rifle length gas tube. I mean, it is what it is. Got a Diamond Head USA micro gas block under there. It's the 3/4 inch profile, interior dimension there. And a Black Hole Weaponry barrel, 1 1/8 twist, stainless steel, 18-inch, polygonal rifling. And man, this thing is accurate. I tell you, it keeps up with my buddy's Remington 700 all the way out to a couple hundred yards as far as group size, which is pretty dang good. I mean, granted, he's got the SPS TAC. It's only a 20-inch barrel, but, you know, for competing with a bolt-action rifle out to a couple hundred yards, that's amazing for an AR. I got no complaints with that thing. Black Hole Weaponry, kicking it. At the very end, we got a Yankee Hill Machine Phantom flash hider. It's the C2, I believe. I could be wrong on that. I'll have to do some research and maybe put a little annotation on here. But I believe it's the Phantom C2. It's got a, you know, aggressive tooth pattern on here. It's pretty close to the Birdcage in looks, but a little longer. I know the Birdcage works great. It's been on rifles for ages and ages. I get kind of sick of looking at it. Everyone's got them, so I went with something a little different. And that thing works great. Hides the flash, does what it does. And I surely wouldn't want to be smacked in the forehead with it. The light I've got mounted here, it ain't nothing special. The ring ain't nothing special. I just found these laying in the house. Had the old scope ring from something or other, flashlight. Don't even know what that is. It fit. went right in the ring. It's bright as hell, and it's a light. I guess that's really about it for the rifle, guys. But man, I love shooting this. I love everything about it, man. I built it from scratch. I got everything I would want on it. I don't know what else I would change at this point, aside from, maybe a little better scope. But again, this one does just what it's supposed to do for me. I mean, another few years and I might find some faults in it, but so far this thing has been rocking. And of course, a trigger. I mean, gosh, I got about a 6-pound trigger here, or whatever it is, 6 to 7 pound normal trigger. And yeah, a 2-pound pull would be excellent. I would love that, but I just can't justify the $200 price you're going to pay for an upgraded trigger on an AR. Other than that, man, I'm loving it. So yeah, one thing I'd like to say though, the barrel I got, the Black Hole Weaponry barrel, it was on sale at surplusammo.com. Not only was it on sale, but they threw in a stripped upper here also with it. I mean, it's a billet upper. So right there's my next upper build for this lower. I guess this is going to be in 300 blackout. So when I get that thing rocking and rolling, we'll do a little review and see some shooting footage of that thing. But there it is, man. These are good companies to deal with. I mean, Bravo Company for damn sure. Palmetto State rocks. They've got good quality stuff at very reasonable prices. Surplus Ammo, amazing. I got nothing bad to say really about anything on here, except for these crappy scope rings. That's probably going to be my next upgrade. They probably weigh a pound apiece. I don't know. This rifle, I think, comes in at about 7.5 pounds without a magazine in it. So it's not extremely light, but it's not as heavy as some of the 10-pound things that people pull out of their bags. And I'm digging rocking it. So there it is. You guys have a good day and build yourself a rifle. All right, so a little update here. Like I told you, I was thinking about getting rid of them old crappy scope rings I had, and went to town today looking for some ammo. They didn't have the ammo I was looking for, but I did find this. It's a Millet Tactical, which seems to be a pretty good brand. My buddy's got one on his bench rest rifle. My neighbor's down the street, he's got one. I think his uncle actually works for him. Anyhow, so it was on sale, pretty cheap. Within my budget. I think I got it for $30-some after tax. Looking online at them now, some of them go for $100, the exact same model. I don't know if that's just way overpriced or this was on, closeout. I'm not sure, but it was within my budget and quite a bit lighter than those other 2 rings I had. Where are they at? Let's see. Threw them in my box here. These, look at them chunky things. God. Can't believe I waited so long to get those off of my rifle. Anyway, so hadn't got to do any shooting with this thing or re-zeroed the scope, but that's on there now. Looks pretty sweet. A lot better than them things. Anyway, a little update. Alright, see how they do. Maybe I'll do a little mini review on this scope mount and see how it holds up. $35 or something. Never know. We'll see.